From Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, Ohio, the New York Mets play the Cincinnati Reds. New York Mets baseball on SNY is brought to you by Toyota. The summer starts here at Toyota. Let's go places. By Spectrum, internet for $49.99 a month, free advanced Wi-Fi and a free mobile line. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrum.com. By the New York Lottery, get out there and play. And by Hyundai, it's your journey. Own every mile in a brand new Hyundai. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Cincinnati alongside Keith Hernandez and Jerry Blevins. I'm Steve Gelbs filling in for Gary Cohen. And the Mets, they really need a stopper tonight, and that's why Justin Verlander got all that money this offseason. Verlander making his second start for the Mets, and they need length, they need production, Jerry, and if there's a guy that's going to do it, he's probably the best bet.
Yeah, you nailed it. This is why they got him. This is why they got Scherzer as well. It's maybe not that fair coming off your long delay since spring training. This is his second start out, but they are in need. The bullpen is thin, and this is what Justin Verlander does. He needs to be that stopper.
And it's really an intriguing matchup, a pitching matchup tonight, because Hunter Greene is going for the Reds, fresh off that contract extension for Cincinnati. It's 2 first-round picks. Second overall, separated by just 13 years.
And Justin Verlander being that first pick in my draft makes me feel a little bit to root for the old guy. But Hunter Greene really is special. He's got the most dominant fastball, at least velocity-wise, and he has a really good slider off of that. Kind of coming into his own since last September. It should be a very good matchup.
Now, speaking of matchups, the hottest Mets hitter right now is the youngster, and that's Francisco Alvarez, coming off a 2-home-run performance last night, so he'll be up against Hunter Greene today. But it's about more than just the offense when it comes to Francisco Alvarez right now.
It's the whole package. I mean, he got off to a slow start offensively. He's maintained his confidence, hit the 2 home runs last night that you're going to see right here. But what most impresses me so far with his performance is how he mingles with his teammates, how he interacts with his pitchers. This is a young catcher coming up, just getting his feet wet. And defensively, I'm very surprised at how good he is with his movement behind the plate, and he displayed an arm last night throwing out a base stealer from his knees.
From his knees, through an absolute seed to throw out the base runner, and those 2 home runs, part of a 9-game stretch where he's hitting almost 350. Oh, Mr. Redleg, we can't agree with you there. Mr. and Mrs. Met all the way. Much more coming up from Cincinnati next. Suit up at MLBshop.com. Check out the authentic caps, t-shirts, collectibles, and more at MLBshop.com. New York Mets baseball on SNY is brought to you by Sage, the official finance software partner of Major League Baseball. By Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, because where you're treated first matters. And by your local Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyOffers.com. Nominate the everyday hero in your life. No purchase necessary. Ends 5/21/23. Learn more at HyundaiSaluteToHeroes.com. Boy, this is some lovely music on a lovely night here in Cincinnati. Francisco Lindor signing some autographs. Justin Verlander looks to bring the Mets out of their funk. Coming up next. One switch, Luis Guillorme batting 8th in place of Mark Canha. Francisco Alvarez coming off a 2-home-run night last night. And they will be facing a big boy, Mr. Blevins.
Hunter Greene, their recently extended ace. He's got that 99 average mile per hour fastball, a very hard slider. His fastball is elite, but it does find some barrels, so you can get the bat on that fastball for sure.
And the Chevrolet Reds defense, Senzel and Steer and Barrero, they're infielders, but they sprinkle around in the outfield. They're been movable parts, which you see a lot in today's game. Fraley back in the lineup. He was leading the team in RBI, but it was overtaken last night with the 3 RBIs by Jonathan India.
Brandon Nimmo leading off, and we're underway. Nimmo takes strike 1. Brandon last night 0 for 4. Got hit by a pitch and scored a run.
Brandon has been struggling a little bit, like a lot of the players in this lineup right now. I mean, there's plenty, I don't want to say blame, but plenty of reasons why this club is in a funk.
I said basically a two-pitch pitcher, and I think his third pitch of the game was the 5% changeup that he mixes in probably 4 times a game.
And he uses that fastball to strike out Nimmo to start the game, 1 away.
That high fastball coming off that changeup, that elite velocity is hard to catch up to when it's just above the zone like that.
Anybody that throws hard and over the top, Nolan Ryan comes to mind. You've got to make him get that fastball down. It looks good at the letters, but it gets above the letters. You can't catch up.
And you see that note, the highest average fastball velocity among starters in Major League Baseball, just a tick above Jacob deGrom.
In velocity.
In velocity, yes.
I'd say
good note there, Jerry.
I would say that deGrom's a few ticks above him. Again, he's only 23. He's got a bright future ahead of him, but not quite on that level.
Buck Showalter back in the Mets dugout after his first ejection as a Mets manager last night. Lindor spoils that 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
Oh, there's certain pitchers that can get away with the ball up, and this is Green is one of them with that outstanding fastball.
And Lindor places that one foul.
Looks like, and that breaking ball right there looked like he slowed his motion down, and that's a tip-off to a hitter.
A lot of hitters love Great American Ballpark. Francisco Lindor certainly one of them. An OPS over 1,018 career games here. Went 2 for 5 last night with a home run. Just saw a shot of Max Scherzer. Getting better day by day. Will not be ready for tomorrow, though.
Well, there was hope that he might come or be ready for Thursday, but I think they are going to err on the side of caution with him. It's a long way to go, and you need Verlander and you need Scherzer.
Swung on it, missed, strike 3. So Hunter Green off and running here. 2 up, 2 down, 2 Ks.
He went to that slider 2-2 after the really good fastball, the perfect back foot to get Lindor to swing over it.
And it'll be Jeff McNeil. 0 for 4 last night with a strikeout.
Be a lot of fun to pitch with this stuff, like that repertoire. Just to be able to, like, all right, I'm just going to throw this as hard as I can. Good luck.
We wouldn't be able to tether you. You'd be running wild.
Justin Verlander waiting in the wings, set to make his second start as a New York Met.
Green has struck out 10 batters in 2 outings, 2 of his outings. This is his 8th start of the year.
0-2 with a 3.74 ERA. You know, as good as that fastball is velocity-wise, it's been hit a little bit.
McNeil's just been kind of under, a little bit of an uppercut. And, you know, he doesn't do it for long. He's a good guy that knows how to make the adjustment. But you saw his reaction. He felt that was a pitch to hit.
Swung on and missed, strike 3. So Hunter Green striking out the side in the first. Justin Verlander coming out next for the Mets. Almost all righties last night against David Peterson. Today mixing in the lefties, and TJ Friedl moving up to the second spot tonight. Nick Senzel last 12 games, a .370 batting average, and this is who they'll be facing.
JV, Justin Verlander making his second start since the big free agent acquisition this offseason. Good news is he looked really good in his first start. His stuff looked there. I think he could build off that, add to that pitch count.
79 pitches in that initial outing on Thursday in Detroit. Gave up those 2 solo shots in the first inning, and then after that was lights out. India laces one into left field and leads things off with a base hit tonight.
Well, India has been wearing it out in this ballpark. His numbers are off the charts. Your Lexus Metzi defense. Guillorme at second base gets the start. I think they got to sprinkle in Guillorme a little more, get him more involved. He's got a great glove at second base. You Met fans know that. McNeil, he doesn't hurt you anywhere you play him. I mean, he can play left, he can play right, he can play second, and all extremely well.
TJ Friedel coming off a nice night last night. 2 for 4, a triple, 2 runs scored, a couple of ribbies. Friedel hitting .325 now this season for the Reds has been an absolute revelation.
Well, he showed last night that he likes to hit that fastball. He's got a quick bat, open stance, and looks to me, what little I saw, likes the ball middle in.
Takes strike one, middle in there.
Verlander seems to be trying to find his footing on the game mound. Once he gets settled in, feel secure, I think we'll start seeing him pitch in. You can take advantage of a guy that wants the ball in. You can push it in off and get a nice ground ball. This is a perfect time for a double play.
You know, the Cincinnati Reds are the only team that Justin Verlander has not beaten in his major league career. All 29 other teams Justin Verlander has hung a victory on.
You think he knows that?
I think he knows.
I do too.
He's 0-1 to be precise in only 2 starts, 13-inning pitch against the Reds. And well, you see the ERA in those 2 starts.
Swung on and missed, strike 3. Verlander gets out number 1. TJ Friedel down swinging.
Changeup.
That looked like a great changeup. Throwing that fastball top of the zone. It comes in. It's a little slider. Tried to back foot it. Ended up being backdoor.
I think it just was a
little backup cement mixer.
I think he wanted to get it in, and it just didn't break, and it was on the outside corner, and it was a great backdoor slider.
Effective.
That's funny. That can happen.
Even from the best. Pitching's difficult.
Is it? Here's Spencer Steer, 0 for 2 last night, walked 3 times as Verlander again checks India at first.
India with 7 stolen bases, only caught once. Got to pay a little attention to him.
That fastball up, you see 93 there. It plays way up because of location and spin and the way he releases the ball. It gets that true backspin. It just rides at the top of the zone.
Again, throws over. So there's 2. And we'll see if India takes off now.
That's some serious moss he's got going on there. Big lead.
Steer, fly ball, left field. McNeil has room, makes the play, and they're 2 away.
379 in that gap in left center field. The other gap in right center field, where the wind kind of blows out, is only 370. That's 2 feet more than Wrigley Field. Always used to walk into Wrigley Field and see 368 in the gaps, and then looked for the wind where the flags were blowing.
What do you think you'd hit in this ballpark, Keith?
Oh, I wouldn't have to change anything. I would hit more home runs because it's a smaller park, and it's a left-hander's park.
Fraley, speaking of left-handers, off the top of the wall. India rounds third. He's headed home. The relay from Guillorme, not in time. And Fraley makes his way into third on the throw. And just like that, the Mets down 1-0.
Very fortunate. They did not hit the part of the right down the line where you look at the fence where it goes up like a backward L. I mean, that's 3 feet to the left. You see where it goes up higher right there. Where did it hit?
Oh, yeah.
Right in that corner. I think it was above the line.
So fortunate right there.
Saved a run.
That's a double for Fraley. He goes to third on the throw and an RBI. And the Mets playing from behind yet again.
And good base running by Fraley. Fraley made the turn at second base when Guillorme had the relay, and he waited for him to throw and went to third. That's how you do it.
It's kind of an awkward exchange there between Alvarez and Verlander. He still hasn't found that slider. We talked about the backdoor slider to Friedel that got him. The first one he threw to Stevenson backed up a little bit too, so he hasn't found that release point quite yet.
In the dirt, count 2-1. The Mets have only scored first 15 times this season. That's tied for the 5th fewest in the majors. When they do score first, they're 13-2, the second best winning percentage in Major League Baseball. It just doesn't happen nearly enough.
Well, they were a team last year that got out in front and scored early.
Here's the 2-1. Low.
There's that good one. Downward movement late. That will play all day long.
He's got a good down slider. There's no question about that.
All that talk about the sweepers nowadays moving horizontally, that's the hot pitch. He's definitely an old school, old-fashioned, hard, downward moving slider.
When you're thrown over the top, it's hard to throw a sweeper.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he comes way over the top.
Ottavino is perfect for his release.
Sure.
3/4, almost sidearm for the sweeper.
To be able to come through that ball properly, definitely. He would have to change mechanically to get that, but that
would be a tip-off.
Correct.
And Verlander misses, so Tyler Stevenson on with the first walk of the day for the Reds. First and third here in the first, 2 out.
That's the one thing you found out when you got into pro baseball and you advanced up in the minor leagues. The pitching coaches, a lot of the young pitchers, fastball, 3/4, curveball maybe over the top a little more. That's Western Union. That stuff gets taken care of real quick in the minor leagues.
When you can know a pitch is coming just by where it's released, that is a gift.
Nick Senzel, the batter. Swung on a missed strike 1. Senzel went 2 for 5 last night. A double, an RBI. Scored a run. Fouled back.
It's kind of cliche against such an ace like Justin Verlander, but you get to a guy like this early. You don't want him to get settled in. You see his arm starting to warm up. He hit 95 on the fastball before it, where he was 91, 92, 93. You want to get to him early because he hasn't settled in and get that sweat going.
Oh,
Francisco Alvarez catches Tyler Stevenson, who went halfway. Alvarez paid attention to the guy at third base, and we'll take a look at that when we come back. Reds take the lead, 1-0. So the Reds tried to steal a run there at the end of the first inning, but Francisco Alvarez heads up.
They're trying to take advantage of a rookie catcher, and he was unfazed. He did the fake, which makes me think they were going to let the run, stolen base go, but the runner should have gotten the run down.
Pete Alonso, high, back, gone. Tie ball game. For the second time in as many days, Pete Alonso goes yard. It's 1-1.
Do not throw, Pete, a hanging breaking ball out over the strike zone, whether it's down or up. You are asking for trouble. Look at that spinner. Bell tie, didn't break. Look at Pete extend. He has become such a good breaking ball hitter.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, hit Beatty up and in after a home run. Unintentional, but notable.
Always, but not in today's game. I don't think so.
No.
Also notable, Pete Alonso now back in the major league lead with his 13th home run of the season.
In the 37th game.
Pretty good pace.
Here's Starling Marte batting in the 6th spot in the lineup for the 2nd straight day. First pitch swinging.
Really need to get Marte going here. And it's odd that, you know, every year is different. I mean, he got off to a slow start last year, but he got off on that first road trip, open up in Miami. He had a great road trip, swung the bat great, and then came home and just the slump settled in. He really hasn't found it since that first road trip.
Yeah, he had 2 hits last night, but one of them was that infield hit. First multi-hit game for him, though, since April 22nd back in San Francisco. Here's Vogelbach. Vogelbach 0 for 2 last night, worked a couple of walks as he does. Takes that pitch low.
Well, this was the bugaboo for young Green last year. He gave up 1.7 home runs per 9 innings in 24 starts, 24 home runs.
It's got to be in the same way we talk about in Colorado, the mental hurdle for these pitchers. You got to have something similar when your home ballpark is Great American Ballpark.
Well, yeah, it definitely plays a factor, especially when you're facing a lefty, because anything that he can get his barrel to has double the chance to go out to this right field stands. But when you throw power stuff like Hunter Green does, it doesn't matter what ballpark it is because your stuff plays.
And it's only 325 down the right field line. Is that what it is? And you know, they probably should have made it 340 with the wind, the jet stream going out to right, and certainly should have made it 380 in the gap to fair it up a little bit.
Where were you when I was playing? They were building this, Keith. I agree.
Here's the 2-2. Foul. I loved what you said last night. I had never, Keith, had you ever heard Great American Small Park?
No. It's a good one.
It plays so small. It's especially in right field when you're shagging BP and the guys are hitting and you're seeing all the lefties go like 2/3 of the way up in the stands. You're like, something's wrong here.
You know who they made that right field for? Mr. Ken Griffey Jr.
Oh, well, they didn't think about the pitchers, did they?
No. As my favorite player of all time, Ken Griffey Jr., he can have it. I accept it now.
Does he need it?
He did not need that help. That's a fact.
No, he was a very, very great player. Unbelievable player. I remember when Ken Griffey, his senior, his father, was bringing him as a little kid at Riverfront Stadium when we were playing the Reds.
Vogelbach. Ground ball base hit into right field. Beatty thinks about going to third, but holds up at second, and the Mets have something working here. First and second, one out.
Vogelbach lets go with one hand here. Stays back, slider, not much. Out in front, but kept his hands back. So I think we're seeing on Green right here just a little inconsistency with his breaking ball.
Luis Guillorme, first pitch swinging into left field. Nice grab by Jake Fraley, and the runners will retreat back.
Well, Luis can't catch a break. They had him defended perfectly. And that's just a nice play right there.
And here comes the kid, Francisco Alvarez, 2 for 4 last night, 2 home runs, hitting .348 now over his last 9 games.
Wouldn't hang that breaking ball in the middle against this one, way he's feeling.
Boy, the first inning he was on top of it. It was breaking down, and now he's kind of flattening it out.
Strike 2.
That was a much better one. He got to that release point. You said it. He stays on top of it. You can see the depth and where it ends up moving to his glove side, away from a righty.
Yeah, you get the down tilt, too. A little bit of that downward tilt. You got a guy throwing 98 miles an hour and you throw 3 straight sliders. I don't get it.
Well, what does that show you about his thoughts on Alvarez right now?
I just think it's how the pitching is today. It's become a breaking ball league.
Sure has.
Well, if you look at the numbers on his fastball versus his slider, you'll understand why he does it.
There's the fastball.
I think they hit 140 off of his slider, and they're hitting near 300, I believe, off of his fastball, and definitely slugging way higher off the fastball.
Location.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he gave away that pitch right there.
Yeah, he's still feeling. You see him. Keith said something about he's dropping on the side of the ball, and that's the truth there. He's trying to make it do too much, thinking about it too much, instead of trusting his release. He's telegraphing it.
So the runners will get a head start. Full count, 2 outs. Alvarez, ground ball. Jose Barrero makes the play and retires the side, but not before the Mets on a Pete Alonso blast get one back. We're tied heading to the bottom of the second. Francisco Lindor bobblehead courtesy of Northwell Health. For tickets, visit Mets.com/tickets.
That's a cool looking bobblehead. Got the hair. Last year's edition, but still good.
Yeah, he makes that bobblehead work. And how about this, by the way, Keith? Look at the cleats and the glove today for Lindor.
Lindor's got the orange on, and Marte's got the pale orange, it looks like.
Much more up your alley. Those are the colors. Those are the Mets colors. Nick Senzel leading off here in the second against Verlander. Just off the plate, 2-1. Popped up, foul, and out of play.
Pete Alonso squared it up, even the game at 1-1, and Verlander would love to come out and throw a quick 1-2-3, get the offense back in, and put a shutdown inning.
Yeah, we talked about it in the open. Strike 3 called. Beautiful pitch right on the outside corner, and there's one away.
A perfect pitch. I think Senzel's looking breaking ball away. He paints it on the outside corner, and Alvarez doing the things that he's known for and bringing that ball back, presenting it for the umpire to ring Senzel up.
Here comes Will Myers after last night's controversy. But just to finish what I was saying, we spoke about it in the open. Now the Mets are they're in dire need of a big outing from Verlander. Yes, obviously, production-wise, you want to limit as much damage as possible, but they need some length out of their starters. This bullpen needs a break.
There's no question about that. Buck, in the meeting before yesterday's game, said, gosh, I don't want to use that many by my bullpen. He had to use 4 relievers yesterday.
David Peterson going just 3 1/3 yesterday. The Mets starters just having so much difficulty right now getting out of the 5th, getting out of the 4th sometimes, like we saw yesterday.
Well, Hunter and Leone are going to be the middle if it happens to happen. Ottavino and Robertson are good to go. Smith, Buck probably wants to stay away from Smith. He threw 26 pitches yesterday.
But the ideal scenario here is Verlander.
Handed off to Ottavino and Robertson. He's starting to paint that fastball. He's yet to find the range, Verlander, on his slider yet, but he's starting to hone in on his fastball.
Look at those numbers of the Mets rotation in total. Third lowest innings pitched in the majors. Here's the 3-2. Swung on a missed strike 3. Verlander again with that fastball just blows it by Myers. He's got 2 strikeouts here in the second.
Well, that had a lot of plate. He just threw it by him.
Just like you said, he's able to stay on top of that true four-seam backspin. It just stays above the bat, stays above the barrel.
Right on the end. I'm sorry, Jerry.
That's okay. He just hasn't found it, like you said, with that proper slider to come off, and he's really trusting that fastball as he should.
Oh, there's a good curve. Didn't get the call.
This is Henry Ramos, the designated hitter.
That'll get your attention. First pitch, first at bat against a guy like this.
I don't think Henry Ramos saw many pitchers like this for the majority of his career. Long time coming for him. A minor leaguer for 11 years before making his major league debut in September of 21.
There's that sharp slider. It was a good take, but that's the shape that he wants. That makes him so effective to lefties, especially to back foot that.
Ramos didn't go.
He's still struggling with his secondary pitches right now, and this is what happened when they jumped him in Detroit with the back-to-back home runs in the first inning, and then he found his rhythm in that third inning.
Goes back to that fastball. Ramos, nice diving stop by Guillorme. He makes the play. Inning over. 1-2-3 for Verlander with a little help from his friend. It's 1-1 after 2. Verlander having a discussion with Francisco Alvarez and Glenn Sherlock, the catching coach. By the way, there's a new catcher to work with. Right before the game, Tomas Nido to the IL with dry eye syndrome. So Michael Perez is up here now as the backup catcher. Nimmo goes the opposite way. He's got himself a base hit to lead off the third.
Nice little inside out from Brandon. Breaking ball, just not breaking. He's going to get hurt by that breaking ball. It's sitting there on a tee.
And Keith, you were saying that he's given it away in that last inning. What are you seeing out of Green?
When he wants to throw a get-me-over slider because he hasn't got confidence, like the first inning he did. He came out of the chute throwing sliders like that over the top, getting the down tilt. The big mistake that pitchers make is that they feel comfortable dropping their arm down and they're able to command it better, but the pitch loses, one, its velocity, two, its crispness of the break. It floats in and it's easy to track for a hitter.
And you can see it coming too.
Well, I can, out of the hand, I can see the different point. All I need is 6 inches, a foot difference. If you pay attention at home, when he throws a floater, sometimes when he comes, he's done it in the second inning. And just keep an eye for I got the same view as you with that camera in center field. Here he throws a good one, and he comes down here just that much to throw the other one. And that difference right there, a hitter can pick that up.
For you guys watching at home, and this is how I study.
That ball hits Nimmo.
Ooh.
And he's in a little bit of pain.
Where did it get him? Rib.
Yeah, you'll feel that one.
I finish my thought. Like, if you're watching at home, the view that the viewer has that you guys have at home, you can kind of mark where Hunter Greene releases the ball based off the background. And this is how we don't get these views when you're a player. You do get certain views from different, but you can mark where he's releasing the ball based on the background and kind of plot it to a point, and then when he throws another pitch, you can see it drop. And if it's enough for you to see on the naked eye watching live, the hitters looking for this thing see it like it's highlighted.
And usually when they drop down, they lower their arm speed too. They slow it down, and that's another Western Union.
Jeff McNeil on deck. Francisco Lindor worked a full count after falling behind 0-2. Nimmo leads off first. And he goes. Lindor slices one right into the waiting mitt of Senzel. He makes the easy double play, and there's 2 away. Nothing you can do about that.
I don't believe that was a hit and run. Let's see if Brandon looks back. Yes, it was a hit. I'm surprised if it was a hit and run. It's that part of the game that's gone. But I guess, you know, when you're struggling as a team, you're going to do things differently, try to make things happen. I've always loved the hit and run if you got guys that know how to handle the bat.
Speaking of guys that can handle the bat, first pitch swinging, McNeil singles into center field.
Well, this is right down the pipe and down in the strike zone where Jeff likes it. Is that changeup?
That is a changeup.
And that did not fool Jeff one bit.
He's searching out there on the mound, trying to find something. You know, there's a lot of talk on tipping pitches. Well, changing your speed is tipping your pitches too. When you slow down your windup because you want to baby a changeup to make sure it's slower, you're tipping your pitches in a different way. It's not just how you hold the ball in your glove or whatever it may be.
Alonso taking hefty cuts.
100-mile-an-hour fastball. You're more apt, if you got a good fastball, to get away with a pitch down the middle with your fastball as opposed to hanging a breaking ball down the middle.
And we saw when Greene hung that breaking ball to Alonso in the second, quickly went out. He's started 3 straight fastballs here in this at-bat.
Well, we see if he trusts it here, because he had him set up missing up and in here to get to that outside corner with a breaking ball. But you can tell he doesn't trust it, because he would go right to it there, because Alonso isn't quite as willing to put his arms and his bat out there to go chase that on the other side of the plate, knowing that there could be 100 coming at your shoulder.
And Pete takes his time out.
So I don't know who's calling the game, whether it's the pitching coach or in the dugout or the catcher, but you got a young pitcher out there, and he's showing me he doesn't have faith in that fastball. He's got a blazer.
Ground ball, foul. Keith, what's showing you that he doesn't have faith in the fastball?
Well, Jerry said that, you know, the batting averages, and a pitcher can see that and read it and go, but not say, hey, I got to locate that pitch better. That's an effective pitch right there. That's fair game. He's pitched Pete inside 3, dropped him right there, and that wasn't really that close. Hitters today with the armor, they lean over the plate. They're really more susceptible to getting hit. But he's got to pitch inside with that fastball, and that'll open up the outside corner.
3-2. McNeil goes. Ball 4. So Hunter Greene, a 7-pitch at bat through 6 fastballs and just the 1 slider.
He's having a hard time right now, that's for sure. Mets need to get a big hit here. Capitalize on this. A guy like this, if you come up men on base and you can hurt him, boy, oh boy. First pitch fastball, don't let him get ahead of you. If he throws you a cookie, just be all over it.
Brett Beatty up for the second time today, was hit by a pitch in the second. Popped up, shallow right field. Myers calls off Friedl and makes the play and ends the inning. We're through 2.5. Mets 1, Reds 1. Verlander coming up. Back for the bottom of the third. Justin Verlander starting his third inning of work. Jose Barrero, the 9th batter in this Reds lineup, leads off. Barrero hitting .226 this season with a .624 OPS. Just to give you an idea of the type of offensive player he is, those would be career highs for Barrero. Entered last season as the Reds' top prospect. Was known mostly for his glove, but has struggled a little bit defensively this season. The clock may be ticking on Barrero here with the Reds. Swings through that fastball.
As much trouble as Verlander has had with that breaking ball trying to find the release, his fastball's got life on it still.
And I think that was maybe the most encouraging thing in that first start in Detroit. That fastball was a heavy fastball. Looked like that pitch was right where he wanted it to be. Fly ball, right field. Marte one away. So you've been talking, Jerry, about how Verlander right now is still trying to find the shape with his breaking ball. What exactly do you mean by find the shape?
Well, if you think about it, when you're watching, once the pitcher releases it all the way to home plate, you think about the ball drawing something, leaving a trail behind. And for Verlander, his slider wants to come in and then sharply drop away. So leaving the mark to come down and then break in towards a lefty. And right now it's a little bit lazy, and when he gets on the side of it, it kind of has that lazy rounded edge to the shape. Well, he wants that sharp corner to be able to dot in.
India, fly ball center field. Nimmo right there. 2 quick outs. So how do you look for that shape? If you're trying to find it midstream here, what are you doing? Is it more arm action? Is it more something you're doing with your wrist? How do you try and find that perfect shape?
Well, I mean, in the easiest way, it's about how it comes out of your hand. It's getting to your release point out all the way to extension and getting that sharp, staying on top of the ball and then driving through it.
TJ Friedl takes ball 2.
And you can tell with his body language, the way he's kind of shaking his head at himself. He's still out there searching. He's had such a time off. Even a future Hall of Famer, even one of the greatest pitchers of the generation. It's difficult. And to see him search and find it.
Gets a fastball strike.
Can be frustrating for even the best of them.
I know this might sound funny, but do you work on it a little more in a situation like this, 2 out, nobody on?
Well, a little bit of yes and no.
Friedl, ground ball foul.
Because he knows he's struggling with something, he can make sure that he throws it at the bottom of the zone and lets it break out and down to where it doesn't have the ability to get driven out of the ballpark. He can mess with it and feel it when he's able to throw it ahead in the count. But he's just trying to get outs here. It's a tie ball game. He's trying to get a chance to win.
And he's doing a pretty good job of getting outs right now as Marte called off by Nimmo. 6 in a row retired for Justin Verlander. We're through 3. Tie ball game.
National League Eastern Division champions. It's been 9 years in waiting for this organization and its fans. It's been a lifetime in waiting for that man. And the Mets have done it.
And it's just such a feeling of accomplishment and attaining a goal and being together as a unit.
Your Gary, Keith, and Ron 18 moment is presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. And what a moment that was, Keith.
It was spectacular. And I mean, we got to see, that was the Cespedes year.
That was the Cespedes
year. And I have
yep.
never seen anybody have a 2.5 months that man had. The home runs he hit, he really carried that team to the division flag.
And then Murphy took off from there.
Murphy had it in the NL playoffs, and then of course Kansas City beat them in the World Series. I think they were the better team. But boy, it was no one expected the Mets to get to the World Series.
Ground ball by Marte. Barrero fields, fires one away. And that was just, I mean, it was a magical run in so many regards. You talk about Cespedes, but of course there was the whole storyline with Flores and David Wright coming back and having the impact that he did. And of course Daniel Murphy, who turned into Babe Ruth for a few weeks in October.
Incredible off tough left-handers too. The best left-handers in the league.
And I know that he'll be remembered for all those home runs, but for me, the best Murphy moment of that postseason was in Game 5 in L.A. That heads-up base running.
Going to third?
Going to third. It was such a Murphy play.
Murphy was always had his head in the game. If there was fun to be had or somewhere to get in trouble, he was looking for it. He was always on point.
After that game, we were in the clubhouse, and I went to interview Daniel Murphy, and I called him David. Vogelback, line drive right to Spencer Steer, 2 away. He didn't like that.
I've been called Jeremy my whole life, so I get it. But David Murphy is who I made my debut, my first big leaguer I faced.
Daniel?
David. Used to played for the Rangers.
Oh, okay. You're going the other league on me.
Yep.
How'd you do?
AL.
How'd you do?
Struck him out. No big deal.
Of course.
He was a very good ball player.
Jerry, when you look back on those highlights, a little bittersweet?
Yeah, a little bit. Just for me personally, like I was cheering on my team, but I wasn't there, and I was the first and only injury that I really had. I never was on the IL for anything else. I took a comebacker off 5 innings into that season, and I felt like I was missing not being around such a special run, and so I'm cheering it on, and I'm happy, but I'm also, dealing with some of my own hurdles mentally and handling mortality, if you will. Yeah, and so I love it and I'm proud of it, but I definitely was a little bittersweet for me. Not watching the highlights now, but in the moment for sure.
Luis Guillorme, the 3-1. Fly ball, left field, and that'll reach the stands.
It just goes to show you, I played, a few years in the big leagues, parts of 13 seasons. Never got another chance to be in the World Series. So, I missed my chance because of injury. And I'm watching big left-handed at-bats in that where I know I could help.
Guillorme into the corner. That's down for a base hit. He's trying to go 2. Myers fires, and Guillorme's in there safely with a 2-out double.
Well, they planned Guillorme properly to the opposite field, and look how low that release and that slider is, folks. That's what we're talking about. And that's how it flattens out when you go 3/4 like that, and he gets under the ball, and the hitter can pick that up. It loses velocity. Guillorme is not a pull hitter. That's the one ball he's going to pull. He can get the barrel out on that.
That's twice he stung the ball today.
Yeah, that first inning, line drive to left field. Jake Fraley made a nice grab.
Played properly, but he hit it well.
So here's Francisco Alvarez with the runner in scoring position and 2 outs. Mets looking to take their first lead of the series.
Boy, coming after Alvarez with 2 fastballs. He's got a good one. Oh, what a block.
I mean, he is searching for that slider, that release point. That is a tremendous job by Stevenson. He wore it off the hand here, but you can see him knowing that it's probably going to hang because he doesn't want to leave it in the middle of the plate, so he overcompensates.
That hits Stevenson's hand.
Stevenson,
yep, and
bare hand,
and it hurt too.
Being that special breed of a human that can put their body on the line like the catchers do.
See Stevenson put in that earpiece? Did you see that? Is that PitchCom?
Yeah, that's that
they've got earpieces now?
That's a good sacrifice from a catcher. Those guys are putting their body out there. They're different. They're like the hockey players. Everyone on the field knows that he doesn't have a good breaking ball right now, and so it's the old #1 battle. Who's going to win this? He might spin one up there, but it's definitely fastball friendly.
Just off the plate. Nice eye by Alvarez. Count even at 2-2. Brandon Nimmo waits on deck should Alvarez get on.
Not fooling Alvarez, it makes me think that they're picking up something different.
Yeah, those are 2 really good takes after swinging hard at a 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
And he walks him. Nice at bat by Francisco Alvarez to work the walk, and here comes Brandon Nimmo with 2 on.
This is a conversation about to be had saying, hey, you still have to throw that with intent. Find your release point on it. Whatever verbiage they use in their side sessions between starts, whatever the catcher is talking to, he's like, you got to be able to throw it. This is a big chance. Get a breather. Get the guy at the dish. Hit reset.
It's Derek Johnson, the pitching coach for Cincinnati, out having a conversation.
He's pitching very much like a second-year player and a 23-year-old. He's a diamond in the rough. You know, might be in AAA, honing out of the limelight, out of the spotlight, under more relaxed conditions and honing his command.
He is the guy, though, Keith, for this Reds team as they look to turn the corner on the rebuild. Just signing a 6-year, $53 million extension with the Reds in April.
Need a big hit here, the Mets. They've left 2 men on the last 2 innings. They've had ducks on the pond.
Already 70 pitches here for Hunter Green.
Yeah, he's going to be a 5 and fly.
First 2 batters of the inning, Hunter Green got 2 outs on 6 pitches. He's thrown 16 since.
And no one's up in that bullpen. This is on him.
This is their young ace. Him and Nick Lodolo, who we'll see tomorrow, the lefty, has really, really good stuff as well. But he's very capable of throwing a gem at any time. Hunter Green just can't find that secondary right now.
Well, last year he was 5-13 in his rookie season, but he had one complete game and a complete game shutout. So that's what you want to refine.
His September last year was special. I think he made 5 starts in a row. I don't think he gave up 1 run in those 5 starts, something along those lines.
Yeah, he was the only major league rookie since 1900 to have at least 3 appearances of 6 or more innings with 8 or more strikeouts and no more than 1 hit last season. So, it's there. It's just inconsistent. It's, as Keith was saying, it's a young pitcher. It's a diamond in the rough, but the stuff is electric.
Too many good takes on the breaking ball with a guy with a 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
That means they're seeing it out of his hand, understanding that he's not going to throw for a strike, and if it's in the zone, very hittable.
Ground ball, base hit. And here comes Guillorme, rounding third. He scores. Into third is Alvarez, safe. And Brandon Nimmo with that big hit that the Mets needed. An RBI single with 2 outs, and the Mets take their first lead of the series.
Another hanging slider right here, right down the pipe. Look at that. Just, oh my gosh. Eyes light up like Christmas trees. And good hitting by Brandon. It's good to see him starting to get 2 hits today, getting it going. 2 outs on contact on your horse.
And now it's Francisco Lindor. Lindor 0 for 2. Green started this game, shot out of a cannon, struck out the first 3 batters in the first inning. But since that time, it's clear the Mets have started picking him up and have made him work. 78 pitches now in the 4th inning. There's a nice breaking ball.
It's just like 1 every 6. It's not going to get it done.
Not the ratio.
It's not going to get it done in the big leagues. I mean, I'm not disparaging him.
That happens.
He's a young pitcher, and he's trying to get it together. He's got a bright future if he does.
Fly ball into center field. Friedel's got a read on it, and he makes the play, but not before the Mets take the lead. We're through 3.5. Mets on top, 2-1. A decent bet in Great American Ballpark. That's going off at plus 155. You bet 50. The total payout 127.5.
Not much of a gambler, Steve, but with Verlander and Green on the mound, I'm going to take the under on that 8.5 runs, I promise.
How about this, though? Great American Ballpark. 11.16 runs per game allowed in this ballpark. Second in the NL, the Coors, just by a little bit. Coors Field 11.88.
Yet another reason why I love Citi Field.
How about that? That kid's loving life. From the bottom up, it's pretty good.
Well, look at that.
Both sides.
He's going to have sticky fingers. That was a Rolling Stones album, wasn't it?
See, by the way, is that
Sticky Fingers?
Is his dad wearing a Mets shirt and a Reds hat? Kid might be too. How does that happen?
That might be the Little League his son plays on, and he's a Mets fan.
He's got to wipe his mouth. Come on, Dad.
It's good technique, though.
Where's the napkin?
You don't need a napkin. That kid is. He knows exactly what he's doing, Keith.
Reminds me of Jay Horowitz, for crying out loud.
Justin Verlander in his 4th inning of work. Spencer Steer leading off for the Reds. Verlander still trying to find the shape, Jerry, of that slider, but he's doing just fine. He's retired 6 in a row here to start the 4th.
That shows you how good he is. Because if he's not at his best, he's still capable of throwing up zeros. I love watching Verlander pitch for many reasons. Another one is body language, the way he carries himself. He's telling to another pitcher the way he's feeling about himself, the confidence that he has out there.
I mean, he's such a confident guy. We talked about it on the broadcast, his first outing in Detroit, where he was asked after Kenny Rogers won his 200th game. Todd Jones asked him in the clubhouse after the game his rookie year. Ground ball. Lindor. One away.
Well, I tell you what, it's a hard infield. That's a lot of high chops.
But so after the game, Todd Jones says, "Hey, kid, would you take that career, Kenny Rogers' career, 200 wins right now, sign up for it?" And without a hesitation, he said, no, I wouldn't. And he was right. He was right. He did joke, though, that when he won his 200th game, he thought back on that moment and said, what a moron. It's really hard to win 200.
You see how it's finishing on top? That was a curveball there. He doesn't have that same finish on the slider or the curveball. Those are bottom of the zone where you want to end up. They'll get there. He knows how to pitch, that's for sure.
Ooh, high and tight.
He knows how to pitch inside, too.
First ballot Hall of Fame career for the 40-year-old Justin Verlander, coming off maybe his best season ever. Cy Young, a 1.75 ERA in his age 39 season last year.
And you knew it was only a matter of time that he found that slider, and having fouled one ball off my shin in my career and almost retired on the spot, I know what Fraley's going through, because that hurts. And like Verlander, you talk about pitching inside. Anytime I saw a guy foul a ball off inside, like foul a ball off his leg, I'm not going to take it easy on him. The next pitch is coming inside as well. A good down finish in and off the inside of his shin. I feel you there, bud.
Just above that protector.
And if I'm Verlander, which he's better than me and I ever was, but I'm coming back inside.
Let's see. Fastball up.
So maybe I was doing it wrong my whole career, and I could have been that good if I would have just went with opposite of what I feel.
Fraley, ground ball. Guillorme makes the play, 2 away. What's that, George Costanza? Just do everything the opposite of what you think is right?
Too late now, I guess.
I think you did just fine. So that'll bring up Tyler Stevenson, who seems to be okay after blocking that ball with his bare hand in the last half inning. Stevenson walked in the first inning and then got thrown out at second base as the Reds tried to steal that run. You look at this game tonight, and it's highlighting the differences between the Mets and the Reds pitching staffs. 40-year-old Justin Verlander, 23-year-old Hunter Greene. The Mets staff is the oldest in Major League Baseball, almost averaging 33 years old. The Reds staff is the 5th youngest in baseball, almost 29. And again, when you talk about this Reds rebuild, it's the trio of Hunter Greene, Nick Lodolo, and Graham Ashcraft that are at the center of it. The 3-0 taking high ball 4. Second walk of the day for Verlander, second walk of the day for Stevenson. Strike one to Senzel. Nick Senzel 0 for 1, struck out looking in the second inning. One of 3 strikeouts so far on the night for Justin Verlander. Again, missing high with that fastball.
Still searching, still not feeling quite as crisp as he would hope, as a perfectionist like Justin Verlander expects of himself.
No, that's around 5 fastballs out of the strike zone, and he's aware of it. Could there possibly be a little fatigue, Jerry? Or you tell me.
I don't think it's fatigue. I think it's inactivity.
Yep.
High fly pop. Beatty tracking it right at the wall, and he makes the grab. Nice play by Brett Beatty to end the inning.
Well, he gets to the wall quickly. That's the key. There he takes a peek, finds out where he's at, gets his bearings. Well done. Well done.
We're through 4. Pitching decisions presented by Sage, the official finance software partner of Major League Baseball. Second batter this inning is Pete Alonso, and you see the different way that Green approached him. That first at bat, a hanging slider that went out of the ballpark fast. Second at bat, almost exclusively fastballs, just throwing 1 out of 6 pitches, 1 out of 7 pitches, I should say, as the slider. Jeff McNeil, first pitch swinging again. He pops that one out as Barrero makes the play, 1 away. So here's Pete Alonso, and we just showed the different approaches, although it was just a first pitch by Green, that first at bat. But how do you approach him here, third time seeing Pete?
I mean, you have to stand Pete up inside. So fastballs, especially when you're throwing upper 90s, up and inside, because anywhere down, Pete's an excellent down ball hitter, and anything out over, he can get those big arms extended. So if you're going with a breaking ball, you got to get it off the plate away. And that first one, he got way underneath it, and Pete took it for a home run. He did throw a good one in the second at bat, but everybody can see it coming, and that's danger.
I would be afraid to call a slider if I was behind the plate, because if he comes underneath it and leaves it out over the plate, Pete's gonna lose it. I'd give him the hit sign here.
Nice pitch. 3-1.
If he goes there again, I imagine the ball's going to go a long way.
Remember, Pete went to the opposite field last night. That was his whole approach, was right field.
Oh, that's not a violation.
That's a walk then.
This is where I disagree with the pitch clock. There's nobody on base. There's nothing that you need to speed up.
He didn't back off in time. That's a late call too.
That's where I don't really appreciate the new rules. If you can have a reset by stepping off and disengaging with runners on, you should be able to do it with nobody on.
Well, he did disengage, but after 8 seconds. So.
Yeah, but even then, the clock continues to move if you disengage. And the 8 seconds are for the batter to be in there.
8 seconds are for the batter.
That's right.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
But you remember Lucchesi had it the other day where he stepped off and the clock just keeps rolling. You should be able to reset the clock even with nobody on at least one time as a pitcher.
I'd be satisfied with 20 seconds whether runners are on base or not. It's this.
Beatty lines one into right field, but Myers there to make the grab, 2 away.
I just think the 15 seconds is too rushed 20 seconds is fine. I mean, they're tinkering with this. All this stuff is not etched in stone, but I just don't think there should be any difference. 20 seconds is fine.
I do wonder what type of changes we'll see after this season. Clearly, they're getting the desired results, but I think, and they know it, the league knows it, that it's not perfect. And so you wonder, after a full season, getting some input from, hopefully from the players and managers, if there are just a few minor adjustments that get made.
Well, I can tell you, the people that I've talked to around town, they say they're watching baseball again. That it's, you know, that it's 2:30, 2:45, and they're watching and enjoying the games. I know myself particularly, the 3.5-hour game is a little bit much, and it's not because even when I'm home, it's just too. It's just too long for me. I'd like it being sped up.
Marte flies out to right field, and Myers makes the play. We're through 4.5. Mets maintain the 2-1 lead. Justin Verlander through 4 innings, 2 hits, 1 run allowed, couple of walks and 3 Ks. He's retired 9 of the last 10. And he begins the 5th against Wil Myers.
Shows you how good he is, because he's still out there not feeling comfortable with his release, and he's still throwing up zeros. Those are 2 good sliders in a row. Keith, you asked me if it was fatigue maybe, and it's definitely not, because I know him and Scherzer are in incredible shape.
Yes.
This clock doesn't affect them. They're not going to be huffing and puffing, I promise you that. But with the Terry's major injury that he had, and it wasn't, he was able to throw, but there's no way to simulate the release and the intensity that you have to get the shape that we talked about, the sharp break, the jump on your fastball. That's a good one. It was just a matter of time, and so for him, it's a rhythm thing. And so the more he pitches, the better he's going to be in the long run. So it's definitely not fatigue in a sense. It's definitely the inactivity from being able to throw with intensity.
Ground ball, Beatty cuts it off, makes the running throw, 1 away. But that was a good sign in that at bat from Verlander. 3 really good sliders.
And a good curveball. That break finished below the zone late.
Well, this is the bottom third of the order. It'd be nice for Verlander to get quick work, get in and out of this inning quickly. 1, 2, 3.
The switch hitter, Henry Ramos. Oh, look at this. So the kid on the left got a ball, and his brother on the right, well, he's not too happy for him.
They can share. You can share.
Ramos dunks that one into left field. Did McNeil make the catch? He did. Jeff McNeil.
Well, he gets a good break on this. Little soft liner. And Jeff, you know, he's so athletic. He is just, he's an athlete. It's sharp. He gets good instincts, good jumps on balls at whatever position he plays.
We were talking about this before the game. Remember when he was getting called up at first and we heard, not really a good defender. Turns out, he's a pretty good defender, and he's a pretty good defender at like 5 different spots.
That's insane to be able to be that good. I'm always amazed.
Barrero with the high pop into foul territory, and Pete ends the inning. We'll get that thought at
just amazed.
the next inning, Jerry. Poor guy. There's still plenty of Thanks so much, Julie. We head to the 6th inning. Mets maintaining a 2-1 lead. Hunter Greene back out there, but already 92 pitches for Greene, so you'd imagine this is probably his last inning. Reds bullpen starting to get to work. Ian Gibaut warming up. So, Jerry, when we went to break, you were saying we were talking about McNeil's defense. Go ahead.
I'm amazed at, first of all, if you think about something like switch hitting, watching a guy be effective from 2 different disciplines, it feels the same, but it's the opposite of what you do naturally. Moving from the infield to the outfield is in that similar vein because it's a completely different job. The ball in the air, the travel, not being that close to the action. To be that good, and he is a Gold Glove at second base and in left and right field, especially left field. Literal Gold Glove of caliber. It's special to be able to be that good.
Strike 3 right on the outside corner. Nice pitch by Hunter Greene. There's one away. The road ahead presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. I see the truck did not listen to me last night, and we still have no Jerry on this road ahead. I know you're not.
I mean, all you have to do is
there.
Draw a stick figure. I mean, it's pretty.
That's it. I wish we had the telestrator and we could just add it, you know?
It'd be shockingly accurate.
One more tomorrow afternoon in Cincinnati, and then a 4-game wraparound series in D.C. Don't worry, Gary will be back for that one.
That's our Mets' second wraparound series, isn't it?
It is, yeah. That one against Atlanta.
Does that count? It was supposed to be.
I hope it's smoother than that one against Atlanta. Pitch 101, misses way inside.
Guillorme's put together 2 good at-bats, and this is a good third.
Boy, that's a good little fastball. Struck out Vogelbach on that same pitch. Down and away fastball. Well, he's given up 2 runs in the 6th inning, and he's struggled every inning.
Well, you see why the Reds have made him the centerpiece. Like I said, 6-year, $53 million extension in April. The Reds previously didn't have any guaranteed salary to a player beyond this season. He's the first, and he won't be the last. Guy we're seeing tomorrow, they've been talking a little bit with Nick Lodolo as well. Scratch that. Nick Lodolo will not be pitching tomorrow as Guillorme takes a walk. He was scratched, and that'll do it for Hunter Greene after 105 pitches as David Bell will go to the righty Gibaut. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Nissan. Shop NissanUSA.com. Mets on regular rest. It was supposed to be Nick Lodolo for the Reds. It is now TBA. Lodolo start pushed back a few days. Hunter Greene out after 5 1/3. He's responsible for the runner at first as Ian Gibaut on to face Francisco Alvarez.
Gibaut features that sweeper, more slider that comes across the zone, but he's mostly heavy four-seam fastball, and he throws a good cutter about 65% of the time.
Alvarez grounds the ball up the middle. There's one on to first. Not in time. Francisco Alvarez beats it out. And there's 2 away.
Showing off the speed, too.
Difficult turn right here. It's on the right side, on the left side of the infield. So it got Barrero out of position there. Tough turn.
I bet they assumed, knowing that he's a catcher, that he's not going to be.
I don't know what's going on here.
Wonder if David Bell is asking to take a look. It seemed pretty clear that he was safe.
How about the slide? Is he saying that he slid into the shortstop?
Wouldn't this be ironic with the slide that Will Myers had yesterday if this gets overturned?
Let's see.
Cincinnati is challenging the slide at second base and the play at first base.
Guillorme had that left arm up, but it looked like it was more to block him, to protect himself.
I think if he's out of the baseline, that's what they're looking at, because he didn't slide past the bag, so that's not an option. Let's see if he's out of the baseline here.
I think
no, it's fine. That's clean baseball.
Yeah, the contact took him, spun him, so he didn't quite get to the bag.
They're going to lose a doble here.
And yeah, there's no doubt that he was safe at first. We heard they're challenging that as well.
They're going to lose this one.
The audacity after Will Myers yesterday. Yeah, this is clean.
It's a clean slide.
Yep, nothing wrong there.
Fair game.
His arm's up to protect his face from that guy's knee. Was that Barrero? Yeah,
that
India fielded it on the other side of the base.
India tossed to Barrero, yep. Should be pretty quick here, I think.
He's in front of the bag. The slide, he's in the baseline, Guillorme. That is clean.
That's just protection. The arm up. Shouldn't take this long, I don't think.
You see Mark Wegner talking to somebody back in New York.
Well, if they call interference here, it's going to. I think Buck's going to get ejected two back-to-back.
I agree.
After the review, the call at second is confirmed. There is no violation of the slide rule. The call at first is also confirmed. The runner is safe. Cincinnati will lose their challenge.
Yeah, seemed cut and dry.
I agree. Interesting.
Who's their guy down in the tank underneath there? Give him some.
It's not Harrison.
It's not Harrison. Poor Harrison only gets, what, 10 seconds, 15 seconds?
Yeah, he's under the gun.
So here's Brandon Nimmo. Alvarez at first, 2 outs. Mets on top 2-1. Ian Gibaut, the pitcher for the Reds. Nimmo, first pitch swinging. Pops it into shallow left. Fraley makes the grab and ends the inning. Verlander heading back out for the 6th. Bottom of the 6th, Justin Verlander back out there for the Mets. He'll face off against the top of the order, Jonathan India. And it'll be Friedel and Steer. And guys, Justin Verlander giving the Mets everything they so desperately needed coming into tonight.
They need more.
Popped up. Alonso right there. 2 pitches, 1 out. Your Spectrum 1 high-speed hitting, Jonathan India. It wasn't that pitch right there. That batted ball that leads the way in the first inning. His single, 110 miles per hour. Starling Marte, and of course Pete Alonso's home run in the 2nd inning. So here's TJ Friedel. Verlander starts him off with that first pitch curveball. We've seen him do that a few times to lefties tonight.
He's also, the 5th inning was his best, his sharpest. 6th inning he comes out looking really good. Keith pointed out that he's only given up 2 hits, both of those in the first, the India single, then the RBI double to Fraley.
Much like he did in Detroit, only thing he kept it in the ball yard here.
That's it, which is surprising because Detroit is a much friendlier place to pitch.
Verlander's retired 13 of the last 14 Reds batters. Only 9 pitches in that last inning.
He looks good too. That rhythm, the pace, him and Alvarez seem to be clicking a lot better, which just takes some conversations.
And you wonder how long Buck is willing to push him today, because 79 pitches, 5 innings in his first start out. The way that it normally goes as you ramp guys back up. And he gets a strikeout there. Breaking ball, 2 away. But the way that it normally goes is you add about 15 pitches, maybe 1 more inning. So that would take you right now into this being potentially the last inning.
Look at this changeup. That is a big sign that he's feeling good, because it comes out the exact same as his fastball and disappears. But you talked about it. It's usually a feel thing. The up and downs, the innings pitched is a concern. That's a very sharp breaking ball.
By the way, that changeup, he did not throw a single changeup in his first start. The changeup, a big pitch that Verlander wants to get back to this season. But again, we spoke with Buck Showalter before the game today, and you know, he would never give anything away. He went with his favorite line of, well, the Reds will tell us how long we're going to let him go. But you know, he mentioned the innings that they have in mind, an innings limit that they've got in mind, and a pitch limit, but that with a guy like Verlander, there would also be a conversation to be had. Still not out of the 6th inning, but again, you wonder if he's able to get out of here. 1, 2, 3, pitch count
7.
Still there. Could he push him to the 7th?
He's going 7.
Yeah,
unless the sky falls, he's going 7.
Steer pops that one straight back and out of play. Jerry again reached his arm out. It's not even close. I know you're tall.
It's just instinct.
It's not even close.
No. I'm just praying that one comes within my reach at some point.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay.
I'll save you, Steve.
Thanks.
That's why these long arms come in handy.
Thanks, buddy.
Sometimes.
I mean, I've caught a foul ball. You know that.
With your hands?
Yeah. You never saw that?
Oh,
when you were a player that wasn't talked about in the clubhouse?
No.
Weren't you on that team? What was it, 2018 in Houston? A Juan Lagares foul ball. I'm in the middle of a report. I barehand the foul ball and keep going with the report.
Oh, I think you're exaggerating.
Yeah, it doesn't ring a bell, Steve. Wasn't thinking about that.
The 2-2 swung on it, missed strike 3. Come on, guys. Everybody out there watching knows exactly what I'm talking about. Verlander looking strong through 6. It's 2-1. Just a beautiful night here in downtown Cincinnati. Great American Ballpark, mid-70s. And if you're a Mets fan, this is much better. Look at that guy. Look at that shirt. Pineapples,
it's the
Mets.
It's a Met Hawaiian shirt.
Met Hawaiian shirt. Keith, you ever think about going with the glasses that way that break up apart in the middle? You see that guy?
No. I think I'd get hurt.
Pinch yourself with them.
Ian Gibaut back out there for the Reds. Lindor swings through that one, 1-2.
Tried to get that cutter in. Didn't get it there. I wouldn't put it there again.
Did you guys happen to see Gibaut in the World Baseball Classic? He played for Great Britain, which the uniforms. That's all anybody remembers about Great Britain's run in the WBC is Lindor with the base hit into center field. But during the WBC, not only was that uniform pretty ugly, the T in great fell off and so it just said Gray Britain while Jabot was pitching.
Well,
Keith,
it's always,
did you see those jerseys?
No, I did not. It's always gray in London, you know. It's overcast.
There you go.
Ian's father.
What's going on here?
Timeout? Is it a timeout or?
It's catcher said he wasn't ready. Something.
Reset.
Timing.
Reset the clock.
Yeah.
Ian's father, Russell, is British and is a first-class cricketer. Played at Oxford University in 1983.
So his son is not a bowler.
I don't know how those guys throw without being able to bend their elbows. Probably be better for your arm. This one doesn't go straight anymore. I'd probably be a nasty bowler.
McNeil takes that one right off the outside corner. Jeff 1 for 3 today with a single in the third.
Lindor looked like he started and stopped a steal there. Jabot showed a good, quick pickoff move.
Fly ball right field. Chasing is Myers. He's got a beat on it. Makes the play. 1 away.
This would be a nice run to get. A little bit of breathing room for Verlander going out for the 7th. A little breathing room for the bullpen to close the game out as well.
I think if Lindor can get a jump here, steal a bag. It's a big run out there. He's stole 4 this year, hasn't been caught yet.
Keith, look at that right side of the infield.
Yeah, they're giving Pete the whole right side. India's up the middle. But Pete can not alter his swing. He can leave the yard here at the opposite field. Pete's also very good for a power hitter. A good situational hitter. He can go that way naturally. I've seen him do it too many times.
There goes Lindor. The throw by Stevenson is in time.
I don't know about that. We'll see what Harrison says. No. Okay.
Got him.
What's a fine throw then? He had a great jump. And Jabot is slow to the plate. That is a fine throw. I thought he got in. Yeah, maybe not.
It's a great throw, and India being shifted over for Pete is right there.
That's the correct call.
I like the aggression too.
I do too. Good time to try to steal one. 1-run ball game.
It would have taken a perfect throw, and he made the perfect throw. But I really like Lindor trying to get a bag there in the situation.
Swung on it, missed strike 3. So Jabot faces the minimum in the 7th. Justin Verlander heading back out there as the Mets up by 1. Justin Verlander back out for the 7th inning, and he has been dealing after an uneven first. Verlander's retired 15 of the last 16 Reds he's faced.
Yeah.
And you see his stats, tonight's Energizer stats. 6 innings, just 2 hits, both of them in the first inning. 1 run allowed. And again, we keep mentioning it, but if there was ever a day the Mets needed this type of a start, today was the day.
He's really looked sharp. His sharpest last inning, the last 2 innings.
And just to highlight how difficult it's been for this Mets starting rotation and the bullpen, Verlander's just the second Mets starter this year to pitch into the 7th inning. The other one, of course, being Joey Lucchesi, that start in San Francisco. It's game 37, not what you expected to see with this rotation. Adam Ottavino getting warm.
Getting it to his 8 and 9, which those two, Robertson and Ottavino, have been outstanding.
Swung on and missed, strike 3. Just blowing the fastball by Fraley, 1 away.
After 97, he comes back with 95 on the corner to say good night to Jake Fraley.
3 straight strikeouts for Verlander. As you said it, Jerry, he is hitting his stride here over the last couple of innings. First pitch curve just off the plate.
You knew it was just a matter of time until he starts to find his form, and it is a desperate time for the Mets with their bullpen and just the way they've been playing lately. This is what you wanted from Justin Verlander. .96 right there.
And these are the starts that impress me the most. The ones where it's not like Verlander had his best stuff from pitch number 1, but he found a way through the first 4 innings or so, and then in the 5th and 6th, that secondary stuff really got sharp, and now he's taken off.
He's had a lot of time off, and you just can't get that engine warmed up. You got to idle it for a while, and he's getting in a groove.
That's the difference between a guy like Verlander and everybody else. And when he's even not at his best, he finds a way, figures it out, and gets there. That's why you say you want to jump on a guy like that early, because after that, you're probably not going to get many opportunities.
Stevenson, fly ball left field. McNeil called off by Nimmo. 2 down.
Got it up in the strike zone enough. You saw the initial reaction of Verlander. He went, oh, because it's a bandbox here. It's like, oh, did I make a mistake here?
You never know.
Watch his immediate reaction, folks. Verlander.
Is that the feeling here every fly ball?
For the most part, yeah, because normally that's not out, but as soon as you turn around, you look at where and how the outfielders are reacting. If they've got a real beat on it, or if they're giving you the courtesy jog because it's so far deep. But he's in a groove right now. Up over 100 pitches.
I'll be honest. Off the bat, I thought that was an easy pop out, and then I saw his reaction. I said, I don't know if I'm judging this one correctly.
He's really feeling that fastball right now. He's basically said no a bunch of times to the off speed. This might be it though, 0-2, but he's in his fastball. There it was.
Swung on and missed, strike 3. You see the reaction from Verlander. 4 of his last 5 batters struck out. Finishes with a flurry. Everything the Mets needed. Through 7, they're up 1. Gary, thanks so much. Justin Verlander, the story of the evening. 7 strong innings for the Mets in a time of dire need. Couldn't ask for more out of Verlander tonight.
It's exactly what you sign up for with Justin Verlander. They call it the stopper. Put an end to the slide. 1 good pitching outing. And that's what he provided.
Finishes by striking out 4 of his final 5, retiring 18 of his final 19 batters. Here, by the way, is Buck Farmer on to pitch for the Reds.
Finished stronger than he started. Definitely built up to that.
How many times do you think there's been a Major League game where both sides have a buck?
That's a rare.
Buck Farmer facing Brett Beatty. His real name is George Rooney Farmer. I was unable to find out why he was called Buck, though. He's been pretty good this year. 16 games pitched for Farmer, 3.12 ERA, but just 1 earned run allowed in his last 10 as he tries to keep the Mets at bay.
He's got a good pitch mix. Farmer, 93 on the fastball, a hard changeup at 87 and a slider at 82, but he throws them evenly, so you can't really sit on one pitch. He's going to throw it to lefties and righties, keeps people off balance.
Good eye. I just think it's a great baseball name, Buck Farmer. No?
Seriously?
You don't think so? Buck
Nah, it's
Farmer.
okay.
It's okay?
Oh, nice change.
That was more than okay as he gets Beatty.
There's the grip.
Clears the front side big time, getting that head whip turned over. Good downward movement on that.
All right, so Keith, if Buck Farmer's just like an okay baseball name, what's your favorite baseball name?
I think Buck Showalter's a pretty good baseball name.
Wait, so why not Buck Farmer then?
I mean, in the title of his name, it shows a different profession. We are in Ohio. This is farm country a lot of the place.
How about Boots Day, the old Montreal Expo outfield?
Boots Day.
Boots Day, left-hand hitter.
I found once way back when there was a pitcher, Cannonball Titcomb.
Okay.
Way back when. Cannonball. How about that?
Nickname or given name?
I think his parents named him Cannonball.
That'd be something.
I'm sure that was a nickname. But so is Buck.
Trying to think of my favorite baseball name now. There's a lot out there. I mean, Lars Nootbaar is a pretty solid.
That's a good one. Yeah, Lars Nootbaar is pretty good.
There's a TikTok personality out there. She makes names that are baseball names and great Star Wars names, and Lars Nootbaar is both of those.
Boy, Marte is just off. He's had 2 hanging sliders right there to rip, and he is just not feeling it.
What are you seeing in Marte right now?
He's getting beat with the fastball. He's getting beat. He's trying to go the other way. He just hasn't got any rhythm. It's the same. He's behind there. And that ball had plate. A lot of plate. It's the same thing with pitching, what Jerry was talking about with Verlander. It's the same thing with hitting. Hitting's a rhythm, too. You can get out in front. You get behind. You're caught in between. You know, when you got your rhythm, I always felt like you were in a rocking chair.
Marte skies this one into center field. Friedel is there to catch it just in front of the warning track, 2 away. You know, Marte's a guy that when he's going well, and generally he's going pretty well, he doesn't do much work before games. He's in a rhythm. He takes a few hacks in the cage, and he's ready to go. We've seen him the last few days take some early BP. Keith, if you were in his position right now, what are you trying to get back to in batting practice? What rhythm, what work are you trying to do that'll get you back on time?
Well, I can only speak for myself, and I have a great story I can impart with how Ralph Kiner was different than me. I asked Ralph when he went in a slump, what did he try to do? Ralph said, I tried to pull the ball into as far foul as I could, which to me, I'm going, I thought you're crazy.
Vogelback goes the opposite way, and that one dunks in front of Fraley. He's on with 2 outs.
The most guys I've talked to, when they slump, you're out in front. And that's when you start seeing guys fish for bad breaking balls in the dirt because you're starting too quick and you're out in front. And you have no chance when you're out in front. So you try to bring it back. So you go to BP. I'm left-handed hitter. I would try to hit over the shortstop's head. Not down the left field line, over the shortstop's head. Ball down the middle you can play with. You can pull or you can hit it in the other gap. You want to bring it back, hit it to left center field. And then when I slumped, the outside corner pitch, which I loved, looked like it was 15 feet outside and I couldn't touch it with my bat. And I can always cover the outside corner. Then one day you get up to the plate, guy makes a perfect pitch on the outside corner. You hit it to drive it to left center field.
Guillorme again pulling that ball to the right side. Vogelbach trying first to third, and he's in there safely. Aggressive base running by Daniel Vogelbach pays off. And the Mets have first and third looking to cash some insurance runs with 2 outs here in the 8th.
Well, this will be the 4th inning now where they got 2 men on base to drive in. And good to see Guillorme going 2 for 3 now. And Vogelbach here knows where the right fielder is. He knows he's got to run to the line and he can get to third. So that's good heads-up base running.
Guillorme, 4 really good at-bats. He lined out in his first at-bat. Big double, good walk, and then that single to put another runner in scoring position with 2 outs here for Alvarez.
I'll just tie a knot to it. You hit that pitch on the outside corner, you hit it where it's supposed to be, you drive it and you go, I'm back. Go figure.
Alvarez swinging first pitch. Steer takes a look, but that'll steer clear of the out.
My youngest son, 3.5, Asher, into monster trucks. There's a Steer Clear is a monster truck name. Got the horns and everything. I appreciate that. Shout out Asher and Ellis, my boys back home.
Alvarez swings over top that pitch, and Farmer quickly ahead 0-2.
Probably going to see another slider after chasing that one 0-1.
And there it is. Strike 3 by Farmer, so he gets out of trouble. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Mets clinging to that 1-run lead. Let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam. Justin Verlander, he was pretty good tonight, Jerry.
He definitely was. He gave up that run early on those 2 hits, but he settled in, and 5, 6, 7 innings were special. And you could see with the excitement that he had, he knew what it meant. It meant for him to come back and show that the Mets fans that he is who they wanted him to be, and to show this team that he's got their back and can carry that load and be the stopper.
Retired 18 of the last 19 batters, and now he passes the baton to Adam Ottavino. Ottavino pitched an inning last night, scoreless. So it'll be Ottavino and then Robertson if you're the Mets. And hopefully you get off the Schneid.
Off the Schneid?
Hey, you've never heard that before?
I have. I don't know what it means, though. I'm not too proud to admit that.
You're a very smart man. What do you think it means? If I say the Mets are going to get off the Schneid.
Well, I mean, clearly it insinuates or implies that they're going to get back on track.
There you go. Okay. Yeah. You got it.
I'm looking up the word right now.
So it wasn't just me?
Derogatory or mocking in an indirect way. Schneid remark. Oh, that's a snide, not
snide. Not
yeah.
I was going to say, do not say derogatory in my second game ever here, Keith.
How do you spell it? Schneid.
Myers, foul ball. Let's see.
SCH?
SCHNEID.
Sorry, guys. I should have just pretended like I knew what it was.
Let's do the game.
Pretty important couple innings here. The 2-2 to Myers.
Beautiful.
Right down the middle, gets him looking, strike 3.
He caught him looking for the old bender.
Yep, that's what happens when you have such a dominant pitch, that sweeper. The ball, he's looking for the ball to start in, so it'd be a strike, and Ottavino has perfected the ability to throw that two-seamer that starts out, and the hitter gives up on it, and it slides back into the strike zone. Good first hitter.
Okay, I'll say it real quick. A losing streak, Schneid.
So there you go. You get off the Schneid.
It literally means
it
losing
literally
streak?
means losing streak.
Wow. I'm still not going to use it, but I appreciate it.
Meanwhile, we showed you the shot in the Reds' pen. Alexis Diaz and Young warming up. 2-0 to Henry Ramos. Ground ball right side. To a knee is Alonso. He makes the toss. 2 away.
Good feed by Pete there. Ottavino getting there. You talked about it last night with Alonso, or with their first baseman. Alonso does a good job of leading the pitcher into first base because it can be bang bang, so the sooner you get the ball to him, he can then turn his attention from catching it to stepping on the bag and getting the out.
Now when you're that far in the hole, you can't underhand. You've got to toss it to the pitcher. Always try to get it to the pitcher a couple steps before he gets to the bag.
You act like you've been pretty good over there a few times.
Yes, I've done it a few. I always felt like I was a quarterback throwing like a look in over the middle, because I got to lead the I got to lead the pitcher.
It's a good way to think about it.
I felt that same way turning a double play. You'd get the ball and you would turn, and I'm firing the ball over the bag on whichever. If the shortstop's covering, you throw it on the left side if in second base, vice versa. But you always want to lead him there, so you got to kind of wait timing wise for him to get there. Quarterback.
Is the rule on a pitch when a pitcher starts a double play, routine double play, tailor-made, you throw to the bag, right? Is that what you're taught? You throw to the bag, but you got to wait for the fielder to get there to throw to the bag.
Yep, you got to throw it to the bag, but you always want to give the nice pitch.
Sawed off. Again, it's Alonso to Ottavino. A 1-2-3 inning for Ottavino. We head to the ninth. Mets up by 1. Presented by Tri-State Cadillac Dealers. Subscribe and listen wherever you get your podcasts. Tonight after postgame on Honda Sports Night, Knicks Heat Game 5. Jets Giants, very prominent in the NFL holiday schedule. Jets playing in the first ever Black Friday game the day after Thanksgiving. And of course, all your news and notes from tonight in baseball. That's coming up on Honda Sports Night. To the ninth we go. Alex Young back on the bump after giving up a 2-run shot last night to Francisco Lindor. He'll face off against Brandon Nimmo.
Alex Young pitching for his 3rd consecutive game. He did have a day off, but I was surprised to see him and Alexis Diaz warming up at the same time. I would love to see Nimmo start a rally here, the top of the order, get something going, give Robertson a little bit more wiggle room to close this game out.
Nimmo.
Yep.
Another base hit into center field. A 3-hit night for Brandon Nimmo. And the Mets have a leadoff base runner.
Nice hitting right there. Fastball. This guy's got a hard sinker. Tries to come in. Was that a changeup on that grip?
I couldn't tell. It was in between grips there. It looked like a two-seamer you just kind of got lazy with.
And good hitting by Brandon. He's leading off, getting the ball rolling here. Oh.
So it sounded like the home plate umpire, Stu Sherwater, was saying that he wasn't ready, that Francisco Lindor wasn't ready. And so they gave Young the ball. It's a 1-0 count. Popped up, straight back. Stevenson there makes the play.
I don't think people understand how difficult that pop up straight up the chute to a catcher. He has to turn around. The ball moves another 15-20 feet from its apex and just keeps sliding that way. And the catcher's mitt's not ideal for catching a pop-up. It's something that coaching staff will make the regular players do every once in a while to prove to them that it's difficult.
Here's Jeff McNeil. McNeil 1 for 4 at a single in the third.
Mets have 10 hits in this game and only the 2 runs. They've left 10 men on base. They've had their opportunities.
Just 1 for 6 on the night with runners in scoring position. And there's David Robertson, the Mets closer. He'll be asked to lock it down in the ninth.
Well, David's had 3 days rest. He'll be strong.
McNeil shows bunt, pulls it back. And he did it in time.
Wow. Oh boy.
I don't know about that.
That was close. That was a late pullback.
Bruce Dreckman made the call at third.
I don't think that ever gets called in the pitcher's way. I might be biased a little bit.
I was going to say, you sound like a pitcher there.
That's true, though. Whenever I always feel like when a hitter squares around, he's already crossed that like swing path. He's out front, and then by the time the ball gets to him, to me, he's already attempted, which is by definition a strike. But again, I am 100% biased.
McNeil grounds that one foul. You can submit that to the commissioner's office for next year's rule changes, that anytime you show bunt, it's automatic.
It's not automatic, but in that instance where he clearly was late,
yeah.
if it's any bit of doubt, should be.
Ground ball right side. India Fields throws to second, and Barrero unable to handle the low throw. So both runners safe.
That's got to be an E4 on the throw.
I was just thinking about who was going to get that one.
The throw was low. It wasn't in the dirt, so technically it can be an E6, but it's a tough play for the shortstop. That's got to be an E4. It's almost that's on the dirt.
I'll leave it to your expertise, but your shortstop, yeah.
Yeah, E4.
Yeah, I
it's
agree.
an E4.
Got to make sure the throw and get that lead runner.
Gotta love Nimmo. Always running everything out.
So the Reds will make a call to the bullpen. Mets 2 on, 1 out in the ninth. So it'll be the rookie Casey Legumina on to pitch for the Reds. 2 on, 1 out, and he's facing
Big Pete.
the Big Bopper.
Oh boy, tough spot. Right side of the infield, wide open for Pete. I've seen Pete too many times drive that ball in the right center field gap when a base hit's needed.
Alonso with the ground ball to the left side. On to first. Double play. 1 pitch, and Legumina is out of the inning. We head to the ninth. David Robertson looking to lock up the win in Cincy. 6 for 6 in save opportunities. Tonight, he gets a 7th chance.
He's really been such a breath of fresh air after the team lost Edwin Diaz. He's been as locked down as you could hope for, and this is about as big of an outing as you could get. Verlander's return in the skid, get off the schneid, if you will.
Very good.
He's got that excellent cutter and the big knuckle curve to go with it, facing a very hot top of this order.
Top of the order, it'll be India, Friedel, and Spencer Steer for the Reds.
Well, there's no doubt this is a crucial save right here. This would be a devastating loss. Mets have got to win this game.
India 1 for 3. A hard hit single in the first. And there's Buck Showalter pacing in the dugout. Nice pitch.
Good job by Alvarez to get underneath that curveball and spot it in the zone. He's very good behind the plate to be able to pick that knuckle curve and keep it in the zone for the umpire.
Robertson up and in. So it'll be a full count to India. TJ Friedel, the lefty, on deck. Mets up 2-1, bottom 9. In there, called strike 3.
Well, he got caught looking for the breaker when that happens. And he just darted that fastball right on the outside corner.
Perfect cutter, bottom of the zone. Beautiful pitch. Big first out.
TJ Friedel takes a strike right on the outside corner. Friedel 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts after a big night last night. Just missed Friedel. And the Mets playing the possibility that Friedel will bunt. Brett Beatty a few steps in on the grass.
Robertson's got good stuff, boy. He's got good fastball, knows how to pitch, good breaking stuff.
That cutter and that curveball make him so effective against lefties. He's really like, you know, you're missing Brooks Raley out there because you don't have any lefties, but he's equally as dominant to a lefty as any other lefty in the game.
Bounces that one. Lefties hitting just 154 against David Robertson, as he says, my bad on that pitch. Righties coming into the night, we're hitting 182. So great against both, but he's actually been more effective against lefties.
That cutter is an equalizer because they can't dive out. Everything's coming towards them, but it's so sharp and it comes in and it keeps you honest with everything else away.
The 2-2. Just below the zone. Count full at 3-2.
And the way his knuckle curve breaks straight down, it doesn't have an advantage for a lefty to hit that either because it's so big and vertical. It's like both.
Swung on and missed, strike 3. So Robertson goes full on both India and Friedel and comes up with big pitches in both counts. 2 strikeouts, 2 away.
He's got that fastball that runs away, too. It would go with the cutter. He can make it break left, right. Good pitch.
That was set up by that first pitch. Started off away and came back over the middle. That one stayed away, but Friedl had to honor it and go after that with 2 strikes.
So it'll be up to Spencer Steer for the Reds. And Steer lines that one into center field. Nimmo there to make the grab, and that'll do it. The Mets, behind some big-time starting pitching out of Justin Verlander, and their 2 aces in the back of the pen, Ottavino and Robertson, lock it down off the Schneid. Mets win 2-1.
Just an absolute statement for the Mets rotation with Justin Verlander coming out, showing the crowd, showing the team that he is who they thought they were. Just a brilliant performance. Goes over that 100-pitch mark. Signature moment for him in a Mets uniform.
And offensively, the Mets pounded out, 10 hits. And, of course, Pete's 13th home run. But Nimmo got 3 hits tonight. He drove into the deciding run in that 4th inning. Big win, Mets.
At the end of the day, this one was really all about that starting pitcher, Justin Verlander. 7 innings, 7 Ks, retired 18 of his last 19 batters, gave the Mets everything they needed and more as they win 2-1 here in Cincinnati. The Amazing Mets Foundation is proud to contribute $2,500 to Northwell Health and the Katz Institute for Women's Health for every Mets win. For more information, visit northwell.edu/cats. The total contributed this season is $45,000. Happy handshakes all around for the manager and his players. We'll be back to discuss after this.